Have you ever felt tired all the time, even after a good night's sleep? Or perhaps you've noticed that your hunger is out of control, and even when you eat, you can't seem to feel satisfied? These could be signs of something much more serious than you might think. If you have diabetes or are struggling to control your blood sugar, you already know how much high insulin levels can affect you. But what if I told you that many of these signs often go unnoticed and might be harming your health without you realizing it? Imagine living with these symptoms day after day. The exhaustion that never goes away, the constant cravings, the weight gain that won't budge. This not only affects your body, but also your quality of life. The good news is you're not alone in this. Today, I'm going to show you 8 symptoms that might indicate your insulin levels are higher than they should be. And more importantly, I'll teach you how to manage these symptoms effectively so you can feel better again. Let's find out together what you can do to turn these signs into something you can control. Number 1, excessive hunger. Intense and constant hunger is one of the most common signs when insulin is too high. This happens because when the body has excess insulin, it tries to regulate blood sugar, glucose, inappropriately. Insulin helps glucose enter the cells to be used as energy. But with too much insulin, the glucose gets pushed out of the cells, leaving the body without available energy, even if you've just eaten. This imbalance makes the body feel like it's lacking energy, triggering a constant feeling of hunger all the time. No matter how much you eat, it seems like the hunger never goes away. This increase in appetite can lead to a cycle where you eat more, but your body still can't properly use the glucose, worsening the situation in the long run. This is an important sign to watch for, as it indicates that your insulin levels might be higher than they should be, directly affecting your blood sugar control. Number 2, weight gain. When insulin is high in your body, it can lead to an increase in fat storage. Insulin helps cells absorb glucose to generate energy. However, when there's too much insulin, the cells may not be able to use all the glucose correctly, causing the body to start storing it as fat. This process mainly happens in areas like the belly and hips. Additionally, insulin can also increase appetite, as we saw in the previous point, leading to more food intake and, consequently, weight gain. The problem is that even with more food, the body still can't use the glucose effectively, leading to more fat being stored. This weight gain, especially in the abdominal area, is a clear sign that insulin is high, and it could be a contributing factor to worsening insulin resistance and diabetes. When insulin levels are high, the way we eat has a direct impact on our health and blood sugar control. Now, imagine having a complete guide to help you choose the right foods and balance your insulin levels effectively. It's not just about eating less or cutting carbs, but making smart choices that can help control the symptoms and improve your quality of life. And that's exactly what Smart Eating, the nutritional guide for diabetics, offers. With easy and delicious recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and desserts, you'll learn how to create meals that not only taste great, but are also tailored to control your insulin and keep your blood sugar at the right level. Don't miss the chance to transform your diet and start feeling the benefits in your body. To download the ebook, click the link in the first comment below this video. Click now because there are only a few copies left and it will soon be taken down. Number 3, fatigue. The feeling of constant tiredness, even after resting, is another common symptom when insulin levels are high. This happens because with elevated insulin levels, the body cannot effectively use glucose to generate energy. Glucose, which is the body's main source of energy, ends up being trapped in the blood, unable to enter the cells. As a result, the cells don't receive the energy they need, and the body begins to feel exhausted. Additionally, when there is excess insulin, the body tries to compensate in other ways, which can overload the system and cause even more fatigue. You may notice that even after a good night's sleep or a meal, you still feel drained, sleepy, and have trouble focusing on daily activities. This tiredness can affect your quality of life, making work, physical exercise, and even simple tasks more difficult. If you're constantly feeling fatigued, it's important to pay attention to the signals your body is sending and seek medical advice. We're moving on to the 4th symptom, but I noticed that you haven't liked the video yet. This is really important for YouTube to keep promoting our videos, and this way, we can continue helping you manage diabetes in a healthy way. So, please give the video a thumbs up, okay? Now let's keep going. Number 4, difficulty losing weight. One of the biggest challenges for those with elevated insulin levels is precisely losing weight. This happens because insulin is a hormone that promotes fat storage in the body. When insulin is in excess, the body tends to store more fat, especially in the abdominal area. Additionally, high insulin levels make it harder to burn fat as a source of energy. This creates a cycle where, despite trying to lose weight, the body struggles to use stored fat, making the weight loss process much slower. Insulin resistance, which occurs when the body no longer responds well to the hormone, is also directly linked to this difficulty in losing weight. Even with diet and exercise, the results may take longer to show or may be insignificant if insulin is not properly controlled. Therefore, controlling insulin levels is crucial for anyone who wants to lose weight effectively. With balanced insulin, the body can use stored fat for energy, making weight loss easier. Number 5, increased blood pressure. When insulin levels are high, it can affect several systems in the body, including blood pressure regulation. High insulin can cause sodium retention in the kidneys, leading the body to retain more fluids. This increase in fluid volume in the circulatory system can raise the pressure on the walls of the blood vessels, resulting in hypertension, high blood pressure. Furthermore, elevated insulin can also affect the balance of blood vessels, causing them to narrow, which makes it harder for blood to circulate. This can also lead to an increase in blood pressure. The problem is that untreated hypertension can increase the risk of serious complications like heart disease and strokes. Therefore, keeping insulin levels under control is essential to avoid issues with blood pressure and overall cardiovascular health. Number 6, cravings for carbohydrates. When insulin levels are high, the body may start craving more carbohydrates, such as bread, cakes, sweets, and other sugar-rich foods. This happens because insulin plays a crucial role in controlling blood glucose, and when it is in excess, the body cannot use glucose efficiently. As a result, the body feels the need for more carbohydrates to try to balance glucose levels. High insulin levels can also affect the brain's reward system, making carbohydrates more appealing and providing a temporary sense of pleasure or energy. However, this quick energy doesn't last, which leads to a cycle where the person craves more carbohydrates, exacerbating the problem of elevated insulin and making it harder to control diabetes. This constant desire for sugary and carbohydrate-rich foods can be a big challenge, especially for those with diabetes, as it can lead to blood glucose spikes and worsen insulin resistance. Controlling diet and insulin levels is essential to break this cycle. Number 7, difficulty concentrating. When insulin is elevated, it can affect mental clarity and the ability to focus. This happens because, with high insulin levels, the body struggles to process glucose efficiently. Since glucose is the brain's primary source of energy, when the body cannot use it properly, the brain ends up deprived of energy, leading to lack of focus, mental fog, and difficulties concentrating on daily tasks. This symptom is particularly problematic for those who need to stay alert at work, in studies, or even in daily activities. Additionally, the blood glucose spikes and drops caused by excess insulin can contribute to this mental cloudiness, making it even harder to maintain productivity and focus. If you're noticing that you're having trouble concentrating or feel mentally fatigued all the time, this could be a sign that your insulin levels are unregulated. Number 8, insulin resistance. Insulin resistance occurs when the body no longer responds well to the insulin it produces, meaning the pancreas needs to produce more insulin to try to control blood glucose levels. This happens because over time, the body's cells become less sensitive to insulin, so it cannot efficiently allow glucose into the cells. When insulin resistance is present, the body tries to compensate for the problem by producing more insulin. This leads to elevated insulin levels in the blood, which can cause various symptoms, such as excessive hunger, weight gain, fatigue, and even difficulty controlling glucose levels. If left untreated, insulin resistance can worsen and lead to the development of type 2 diabetes, a condition in which the body can no longer effectively control glucose. That's why it's so important to recognize the signs of insulin resistance and seek appropriate treatment to prevent more serious complications. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more about how to control glucose and improve your health, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment below. I love hearing your thoughts, and we'll be happy to share more tips in future videos. See you next time.